Dollar, tell us what makes you unique.
So I don't follow a one size fits all nutrition strategy. In the sense, I would say, like, with reference to a curriculum. Like, when you go out there into the world of, getting a certification in nutrition, it's always a certain way of doing it. Like, some of them will focus on vegetarianism. Some of them focus on veganism. Um, so I focus on something that is way deeper. I go into understanding the body and then inculcate different aspects of different kinds of diets, because it just never works in one way. Like,
Yeah.
Ayurveda is like this. No, you have to see the person's lifestyle, you have to see their metabolic health, you have to see what pathways intertwine with each other in the body, how a certain vitamin influences another, how it helps another nutrient get absorbed. So you have to see these aspects, you have to understand the physiology, and then understand how food helps with that.
Yeah, makes sense. No, I have been following you for a while on Instagram and really inspired by what you do.
Thank you.
Okay, uh, I would like to ask you about your early relationship with fitness and when did things get serious?
So I've always been a very athletic kid. In fact, my sister and I both used to be put against each other in school when we were younger, from sixth to eighth grade. When it came to competing in outdoor activities, so we were always those kids who were very athletic. And I never really understood that I had the understanding of biomechanics at a very early age, but it sort of I eventually realized that when I started getting deeper into, I just one day randomly did a headstand. I
Oh,
decided to do a
wow.
headstand. The first day I did it against the wall without guidance, and the second day I was doing it without the wall. And then I was like, okay, I understand the body. So I think that's what triggered my, interest even deeper into fitness. But it was only after my harm OCD journey where I took this phase of mine, like this gift of mine, I think, very seriously. Like, everyone has their own gift, their own strength. This is my strength.
No, that's important. There has to be, source of strength, and
Yeah.
we'll talk about that OCD challenges that you faced. And you talked about your sister. I mean, she is also an athlete. She's also in fitness.
Fitness, pole fitness.
She's
Yeah.
in pole fitness. I mean, that's very interesting.
That's interesting.
The audience, of course, would like to know a little bit of more, about like, are you also in pole fitness, or she is like you are only focusing on like nutrition and fitness, and not specific to pole fitness.
I'm not too specific to pole fitness. See, we are twins.
Oh,
And
wow.
yeah, so when
Okay.
it comes to twins, you want to form your own identity, because, especially, we are identical twins. So she took the pole fitness route and I took the calisthenics route.
Oh, you also
So
do calisthenics.
yeah, I'm a strength training coach, which inculcates a lot of calisthenics. And I started with yoga, but eventually went into even weights. And no, weights was something I was doing even before yoga. But basically, yoga is also a form of calisthenics. So is Pilates, and then the high level stuff that I'm currently training in. But of course, I do a few things already, like handstands and scorpion poses and things like
Wow.
that.
I mean, there is a lot of discussions, that is happening around calisthenic and weight trainings. Of course, this is something I wanted to ask you personally also. Like, I do a little bit of weightlifting, like I do lift weights in the gym, but I've never done calisthenic. I think I don't have that core strength that I can do calisthenic. Just for the beginners or the anybody who wants to start their journey in calisthenic, what do you think are the three things they should do, if they want to do calisthenic?
Oh, I just think that I don't know about three things. That's a thinker. But to do anything at all, you have to just go and start doing it. Your body will adjust. Your body will keep helping you, it will keep supporting you. All you have to do is just go and start. And calisthenics, yes, it's about core strength, but you build that core also through it.
Hmm. Yeah.
So basic crunches and leg raises are also a form of calisthenics
Oh, all right.
because it's body weight training. So you're using, like, for example, when you're doing a leg raise, you're using the weight of your legs to pick it up through your core. So you're adding the weight of your legs to your core to strengthen your core. Same with a crunch. You're using your upper body weight to strengthen your core in a crunch, your upper abs. So yeah, it's just about going and starting it, and your body will keep helping you. Even with weight training, it's the same thing. You start with 2.5 kgs, you suddenly
Yeah,
at 10.
makes sense.
So yeah.
No, of course, that makes sense. See, when myself and when I talk to a lot of people, the one major challenges that we see when it comes to fitness is consistency. Okay.
Yeah.
Most of the people, like let's say New Year is coming, so they will have a New Year resolution. They'll say, okay, let's go to gym.
Yeah.
And in the last week of the year or the first week of the year, you'll see everybody is in gym literally.
Yeah.
Right? Gym is overcrowded.
Yeah.
But after a period of time, they stop doing it for whatever reason. What do you think about this? And if you can enlighten us on how can one be consistent, about their fitness journey, because despite of all this work and stress and whatever they do in their profession.
See, I think that so some people have a very major drive, okay, or they are very like people who are restless and all. For them, it's easy to get into fitness because they need to release that energy. That's like, that's also
That's me.
that's me, that's you, that's me. So like we're okay, we can consistently hit the gym because we have a certain drive or restlessness. But also, like, people post a breakup, for example, they're like, I'll be the best version of myself, so these things drive you. But it's important to understand what happens in your brain for this. Your brain has something called a salience network. Salience literally translates to important. So this salience network, which is a neural pathway in certain parts of your brain, that goes through certain parts of your brain, switches between something called a default mode network, another neural network, and the central executive network.
Oh, wow.
Your default mode network is basically when you're daydreaming and what's at the back of your mind is subconscious. The central executive network is when you're task focused. Now, you can get dopamine through both. Okay, basically it's a game of dopamine. People who prefer being lazy, they're giving more importance to their default mode network, and that will keep increasing as you feed more and more dopamine. Your brain needs more and more. Now if you switch to the central executive network, which is task focused, it's a little more difficult, but if you try to stay consistent, that will take over.
Okay.
So it's about understanding that this is how your brain functions and choosing which network you want to feed in terms of dopamine. You want to feed your central executive network and do something valuable for yourself, or you want to feed your DMN and be like, okay, let's just chill, let's scroll mindlessly, and it keeps just repeating more and more.
I mean, that's very interesting. I mean, as an AI guy or AI techie, I only know about neural network, but as you enlighten about all the different networks. One question, I think it's also about self-discovery, right? The mental side of it. How do we self-discover that about the network that you just talked? Can you enlighten a little bit more on that? Like, how can I find out like what category I fall into?
Oh, if you're doom scrolling, then you're in the DMN. If you're going to the gym, you're in the CEN. It's just as simple as that. It's about what you're choosing. That's what I said, like as your source of dopamine. If you want to keep eating junk and keep feeding your brain with dopamine through that and then putting on weight, and which makes matters worse. Or if you're like, no, I'll put in a little bit of effort, and this may be effort for like the next 1 hour, but it's going to feed my brain in a very good way for the next 23 hours.
Okay.
So it's about like immediate satisfaction, which is eating food or doom scrolling, and it gives you 5-10 minutes of pleasure, and then you keep needing more and more. Or it's about like giving in that 1 hour and then feeling happy for the next 23 hours.
Oh, that's very interesting. Okay, I hope audience emphasizes on this part of what you
I
just
hope
said.
so too.
Yeah. No, I mean, I have also got a lot of questions, from the audience side, because we already had posted some teaser and, that a lot of questions I have received over here. I would like to ask a couple of those questions. One question is about the role of confidence.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of people, when I talk to them, let's say somebody is obese or they have extra fat in their body, or they are like too skinny. Okay, they are sort of confidence, right? They don't have
Yeah.
confidence. How fitness shapes personality. I think because you are super fit, right? If we because you inspire people like me or a lot of people on your Instagram. Also, we see a lot of followers and people are reaching out. You do a lot of one-on-one consulting. Tell us how important fit. Of course, it is important, but how much of a role it plays when it comes to boosting someone's confidence and also shaping up the personality.
I think anything that makes you the best version of yourself makes you feel content, and that leads to confidence. And when it comes to, not only about me being fit or like a certain person being fit and boosting confidence, that happens. You get a good share of dopamine rush from that. You get a lot of satisfaction from that, and you feel good when you look in the mirror for sure. It's like I did this for myself. I put in the effort and I reached this. But one thing that I want to touch base on is that a lot of people avoid hitting the gym because they think that people are going to judge them based on how they look. But that is something that you need to break, because you need to choose whether their mindset and whether them talking about you for 5 minutes behind your back is important, or whether your health that's important for the long run for you is important.
So beginning, you're talking about the beginning when they first enter into the gym.
Yes.
Okay.
That I feel like a lot of people take a step back because they're like, how will I look? Will people judge me? That's social conditioning. That doesn't mean that you compromise on your health for somebody else's bakwas. So,
No, that makes sense. And I know you were really big into research. You were a researcher. You read a lot, a lot of research papers. I want to go a little bit deep into how do you approach science? Okay, starting from metabolism and nutrition and molecular biology and so on and so forth. Enlighten us a little bit more, and maybe somebody who is really a beginner in your field, maybe they can get something out of this podcast and they can go and start similar things.
okay, so since you said metabolism, let's start with that. Like in our age group, we've been very exposed to a lot of junk food since we were kids. It's been very easily accessible. So our metabolism, in most likelihood, is already wrecked. And the problem with the Indian diet, in all honesty, is that it's too filled with carbs. It doesn't concentrate on protein and on good fats like omega 3s and things that help your heart. If fats are not only bad, you need some fats to help your heart and your body. And some things like excess omega 6 or saturated fat and all can harm it. So that's one thing to understand, that fried food and the junk food that we've been eating, processed food and a lot of carbs, already wrecks our metabolism, and it creates a lot of insulin resistance. Basically what happens in that is that your cells, so insulin is important for glucose to pass into your cells from your bloodstream. And if you continuously eat carbs, then your cells are like, I'm so fed up of insulin. Okay, just stay out. So they don't let insulin attach to their receptors. They get desensitized. And then even glucose doesn't pass in, because insulin is like the doorman of your cells for glucose to enter. Okay. So it's important to then switch your energy source from carbohydrates to fat for a while. Now, how to do this is, I'm not saying that do it just like that without guidance. You definitely need guidance on how to do it because it's your body. But that is something that everyone should consider doing, as a metabolic reset by taking the route of fat adaptation for say a month or so. And then after that, your body starts absorbing glucose again from the bloodstream very easily. So it helps you release energy, it helps you lose weight. It also majorly helps with you reversing diabetes in your own body, type 2, not type 1, type 2. So, yeah.
No, I mean, India being diabetes capital as well, I think that's really important for people to take this
It's
seriously.
very important for
Yeah.
people to and also balance your meals. Like it's very important to add good fats, protein, and then a little bit of carbs for energy. Carbs is only for energy, and it's very fast burning, so you don't need that much. You need to just portion it out the right way.
One personal question: what is the best source of protein according to you?
Eggs.
Eggs. All
Oh,
right.
if someone gives me a thing to like just advertise eggs, I'll be the happiest person in the
Yeah,
world.
and also has good fats. Do you think?
Oh yeah. So okay, that's a
There's a lot of
debate.
myth around the cholesterol. If you take more eggs, like let's say, people say that it's not good. Like maybe you should take like 3 or 4 whole eggs.
Yeah.
Otherwise, the cholesterol will become also.
You're absolutely right. 3 or 4 is a perfect number. Apart from that, if you want more protein and lean protein, then egg whites are good to add to those 3 or 4 whole eggs. But cholesterol is also important because our reproductive hormones are made of cholesterol,
Oh,
and
right.
only eggs have that in
Oh,
food.
okay,
So it's not that it's totally something that we should avoid.
makes sense. And you are a vegetarian or a
No,
non-veg?
no, I'm a full-on non-vegetarian. I was vegetarian for 5 years. Then I realized that.
What's your views on? I mean, of course, these are some personal questions that I've been asking because also find some interest in these areas. Uh, what's your views on, let's say, chicken and mutton or fish? They're high source of protein, like for example, tofu or like, let's say fish, for example. They're really having uh, high protein. You prefer more, or you suggest more chicken, mutton, or fish?
Okay, first things first, fish. For sure.
Fish.
For sure, because it has omega 3s.
Digestible, maybe.
Digestible is different. It's lean protein,
Yeah.
but that even chicken is. But the thing is that we're looking at the good fats and bad fats here. So in chicken, there's a lot of omega 6. In fish, there's a lot of omega 3. Omega 3 is something that your body
Yeah.
really, really needs. I think people are pretty aware of that
From
fact
brain
right
functioning
now.
also and bone health.
A hell of a lot of things, brain functioning, bone health, heart health. So omega 3 is very, very essential. Omega 6 also is, but not in the amount that omega 3 is. So as a better source of protein and better fats, it's always fish. But all of them in their own way are beneficial. Like, for example, chicken breast is a source of
Yeah.
lean meat. So it has lesser fat in it. So you can opt for chicken breast as well. But everything should be had in its right amount. Protein also shouldn't be overdone, otherwise it can compromise the liver. And yeah, like your ratio should range between 0.8 grams per kg to 1.5 grams per kg, ideally, so that you don't wreck your system.
All right. Now that's people say 2 grams per kg body weight, but I really liked. I
2
really
grams is also fine.
I really appreciate you said because I was also reading and I asked a lot of trainers, previously, nutritional experts, by the way. I mean, it's good to have like let's say up to 1.5 because too much of protein also might not,
It can
might not
yeah.
be good for your liver or kidney, for example,
Yes.
right? That completely makes sense.
2 is also okay. Sorry, I just want to add one more thing when
Yeah.
it comes to mutton.
Okay.
Mutton.
My favorite.
Yeah, my favorite too in terms of the organ meat. The liver of mutton is rich in B vitamins like hell. So when it comes to B vitamins, then and of course like even the liver of mutton also has very less fat. So you don't have to worry about that aspect. Also, if you're okay with eating organ meat, then it's a decent choice. At least like 1 or 2 pieces in a meal in a day is
Okay.
not bad at all.
I hope some of them would have now cooking mutton after the podcast as we discuss about it. I'll go back to your research journey because as I also know that you read a lot. That's a really good thing. I would like to know a little bit about your processes. Okay, like what do you do when it comes to research? Like, do you go and read research papers from different journals, different sources? Do you take notes? Do you perform experiments? And again, validation is also important. So, do you also validate or evaluate those researches in real world? Like, what's your entire process or journey on research papers or this entire research that you do? What's your processes that you follow?
So for me, my brain works in this way where I start from one research paper, then I go to the other, then I go to the physiology, then I go to something else, then some other video, then like I like merge a lot of things to come to my own conclusion about it. And then I also see that does this food impact this, yes or no, things like that. So I go very like, it's very, it's a wide spectrum of things. It's not just, I also read books, by the way.
Yep.
So physiology books and all, and then I match them with what I'm reading online.
Okay.
I see what is the difference, what is the similarity. So yeah, I go pretty deep into it that way because I have this thing of wanting to know the truth.
Me too.
Yeah.
I mean, myself is an AI researcher, so I have a very similar philosophy on that. Like to ask you this question because that will be very important for the audience. The biggest myth that you have debunked through research.
Oh, I love this one. Eggs cause acne.
Oh, okay.
No, they do not. There's no research proving that eggs cause acne.
That's important. Ah, okay.
Whey protein can cause acne if you can be lactose intolerant. Carbohydrates because of inflammation can. Omega-6 can. And a bad gut can. Not eggs. There's been not even one research to prove that eggs cause acne. And I've made a reel on this also. So don't hate eggs. Eggs are literally your best friend.
Nobody hates eggs.
Oh, there are a lot of people who be like, no.
If I love eggs, right? And
That's good.
Recently, I've been reading a news last couple of days that there have been some carcinogenic elements in eggs, egg whites. I don't know how true is that.
That would be depending on the, like the practices that the farms are using.
There is a specific brand, of course, will not
Yeah.
name them, but there have been a investigation, I suppose, that's going on. There is a YouTube channel which kind of highlighted this, I think, a couple of days back, and it's all over Instagram or like social media. And I hope that's not true. Or even if that's true, people should be a bit more attentive or careful from where they
100%.
buy this, buy the eggs. So yeah, but I love eggs, by the way. Okay. Again, the question that what the internet gets wrong about fitness and nutrition most of the time. Okay. The reason I'm asking this question, Dora, because there are so many nutritional experts or nutrition experts and fitness trainers. They have their own, perspective on, diets and supplements and the way they conduct the exercises for their clients. I want to understand maybe one or two things that people mostly get wrong in their fitness journey.
One thing is that when it comes to fitness in specific, people don't understand the importance of the nutritional aspect of it. If you want to see results, you have to eat a certain way. You just have to.
So that diet is important.
Diet is 100% important. It's always like when people say one right thing, in fact, that a lot of trainers say is that it's 70% diet and 30% your workout. And that's very true. You have to follow the right diet if you want to see results. Not only in terms of health, but also if you want aesthetics as something that you consider, then you have to follow the right diet. When it comes to nutrition, I've been seeing a lot of, these injections of glutathione or like iron and like okay, I mean, like that is, to me, it's very absurd. You should be considering the right route. There's a reason why you're supposed to eat your food and certain things, and no one has ever said, even in the past, that you're supposed to inject it. You're supposed to get it through your oral supplementation. So if you can't, firstly, like things like glutathione injections and all, people use it for fairness.
Okay.
Which is a very big question mark, because glutathione is something that it's an antioxidant and it's supposed to help your liver. But if you see in the same forms that these skin clinics and all make you fill, it's literally written that there's no sure shot way of going. I don't know how to frame it better, but if you have a liver or kidney issue, then this is not something to take.
Right.
Which is exactly the opposite of what glutathione is supposed to do. Same with these injections of vitamin like iron or things like that. It's, like people have very bad reactions to them, very bad, especially to iron. So first, see if you can supplement it, even if you can't source it through food, because especially if you're vegetarian, then it's difficult to get it because it's more an organ meat.
Yeah.
But at least see if you can supplement it first if your digestive system takes it. bisglycinate is the easiest thing for your easiest iron source for your digestive system to take. So consider that supplement first, and then if it's not increasing, then think about these injections.
All right.
But first, source it through food and orally, ideally.
That's very important because a lot of these gingies or like a lot of people are now going into these injections to look fair or bright, whatever. I can see, and I also saw your Instagram story today. I think you talked about.
Oh
the
yeah,
same thing.
melanin.
Yes.
Yeah. Oh my God. Yeah.
And I'll come back to diet in a little bit, but I'll go back to the content part because you're also a content creator. Why you started creating content?
To spread awareness about the truth, because I suffered with my own health issues, which when you have a mental health issue, then it's like like your world just comes crashing down because you never know if you're in control of yourself or your own brain, and that's very scary. So after I came out of that, I never thought I would come out of that, but after I came out of that, I was so hell-bent on helping people understand their body and mind, because it's just, I'm like, you do the wrong thing and you wreck your system. And I knew that it was nutrition that helped me the most when it comes to coming out of what I went through.
No, really happy. I mean, hearing about that. I mean, it's all about self-discovery. You self-discovered whatever you wanted to do in nutrition, and I think nobody has taught you, right? You found out yourself, and you went on this journey by yourself. And today you have achieved what you wanted to do. Maybe in this long journey that's still there to achieve. But you edit your videos by yourself, because I see your videos are really good. Like I myself
Thank
is a
you.
YouTuber. I do content and I do raw videos. Like now I have some helping hands. People who have been supporting me on this journey. But your videos are really good. Like how do you find time apart from whatever you do? This edits and shoots and all those things that you do. Like how do you manage time?
Honestly, if it was up to me, I would just like sit in my room and keep studying. But I think that I have a social responsibility also, that I'm putting in the effort, so I might as well spread the word. Of course, it helps me also because it's my profession. But I don't know, it's just something you do. And when I started, it was, like slower. Then as I kept doing it, it just kept, the pace kept increasing of editing and all that. So I just do it on Canva.
Canva? Okay.
Yeah, I just touch Canva.
I mean, we love Canva. What
We
do we
love
do
Canva.
without Canva? I mean, without Canva, I don't know. I mean, it made our life easy.
Easy,
Okay,
for
I'll
sure.
say easier, really, when you compare to Adobe and a lot of other software, we were too difficult to use. But yeah, I mean, when I or anybody, when you walk into a room, or you are, like people say you are super fit, and I'm just really happy to see that. Like you put me into same. Okay.
Come on, you also work out.
And
Stop
yeah,
it.
workout, but not like you. So tell me about the pressure of being fit online, because you are like, I'll not use the word influencer because a lot of people don't take it in the right way, in our country. But you are creating your own brand identity, right? You want to spread awareness. You are working for the social thing. I believe that's really important. Not a lot of people do that. Tell me about this pressure of being fit. So you look good, you appear good on camera or whatever you're creating. Because if you are not looking fit, other people will not take probably, or not get inspired, or not take you seriously. So tell me about this pressure. How do you handle this?
Firstly, I think that, like you said, that people may
Is
not
there any
take
pressure,
it.
by the way? That's the question.
It's not that there's no pressure, but I would say that there's not much, because it depends on how you view it. And I choose to see it optimistically, that it helps me in the first place stay fit. So that pressure is what drives me to stay more and more fit. Like there are different pressures, of course, even my own health is the biggest priority here. But apart from that, even this pressure of like showing up a certain way online, it helps me stay fit, so why not? Of course, like it's not like there are not days where I'm like, I want to break my diet, but that's, I know that, after that I'm going to feel guilty. I don't like that feeling, so I'm just happier being this way.
Feels like I should go and hit gym after this.
You'll actually do that. We all know this.
No, I mean, okay. A lot of people don't talk about it. in public, but I think you had some OCD challenges that you kind of handled and came over it.
Yeah.
Would you like to talk about it?
Sure. So in 2021, since I was a kid, I've had OCD, and it's quite crippling.
Just sorry to interrupt. A lot of people might not know about OCD. Do you like to
Okay.
give a little bit
Yeah.
of context about it?
Yeah, I think that will be a good idea. Obsessive compulsive disorder is when you get irrational thoughts, um, and you need to act on that compulsion in order to ease that anxiety that comes with a thought. So it usually revolves around thoughts that can harm you or somebody else. It can be totally like, coming out of nowhere. Like today I'm driving, if the volume is not on, if the volume is on 40, then I'll crash my car, or like I'll go over somebody. Just all these irrational, stupid thoughts. And in order to get rid of that anxiety that comes with that thought, you need to, like, I'll play the volume on 39 instead. So I've had this, it usually comes through conditioning, and it also comes through genetics. I've had this since I was like maybe 3 or 4, and it was manageable till 2021. In 2021, I went through this phase where there was this one thought which was very scary. I'm not going to talk about that, but it was an extremely scary thought that never left my mind. And when that happened, I was totally, like, I was sleeping for 16 hours. I was having alcohol every day because I needed to escape that thought. And I had 2 people in my life that time who helped me through it. One was my mom, who is a psychodynamic psychotherapist.
Oh, wow.
And she really tried to, without judgment, help me through it. And the second was my ex-partner. And he was so sweet. He just like helped me get rid of my alcohol slowly. He never screamed, he never shouted. He did his own research.
Oh, wow.
I used to be passed out, and he used to sit and do his research, and on how to get me out of it. Then he changed my food habits. He pushed me back into fitness.
That's
and
important.
That's
I was about to ask you, like, fitness would have held you, or would have helped you regain this control.
Yeah, it helped me regain control a lot. So I owe it to these 2 people in my life a lot, that I could come out of it. And he was very supportive also. Both of them were very supportive.
Nice.
So I think that was so helpful. And then the last thing that helped me was my yoga journey, when I went to Rishikesh. And
Oh, wow.
yeah,
So beautiful.
yeah,
Rishikesh.
yeah. It's
Yeah.
very
I
beautiful.
also
It was
want
very
to go.
peaceful. Oh, you should definitely. I think everyone should go.
Uttarakhand, is it?
Yeah, it's in Uttarakhand.
Yeah. Wow. I want to go to meet Neem Karoli Baba. There's someone that.
heard.
Yeah. But we'll see. Maybe the media person, Mr. Raj, also wants to join us for Neem Karoli Baba. He's one of our like inspiration. Maybe somebody who is watching this, if they can help to reach out to Neem Karoli Baba's ashram or something, that would be really wonderful, guys. Put that in comment. But I'll go back to the important part, the most important. That's why people are watching here. The diet plans. And everybody told me, they sent me messages. When Dollar is coming on your podcast, ask these questions about diet, and I will go a little bit of detail into diet.
Sure.
But just for information, she's younger than me, guys. Can you believe this?
Do I look that old? What do you mean?
I mean, on the lighter note. I mean, she's younger. Look at how fit is she.
That is so sweet.
When I talk to you, I always feel I should be in gym for at least 1 hour every day. Okay, that's what, when there's an Mr. Olympia, the bodybuilding competition back in the US, Ronnie Coleman, one of the world's best ever, he used to say 45 minutes enough in gym.
I think
I see a lot of people, right? I see a lot of people are going for hours and hours, like 2-3 hours they are in gym. I think that is too much,
That's
I
too
believe,
much.
right?
Yeah.
People like, of course, I'm not going to talk about these expert or professional bodybuilders because they take a lot of supplements. We all know about it. But I think whatever we are doing in our profession, we just have to be fit.
Yeah.
Just because for the health thing that we kind of foresee in future, like India, as a diabetes capital, a lot of things
Yeah.
are happening. We just have to be fit.
Yeah.
You don't have to be in gym for hours and hours, right? Doesn't make any sense.
No, you don't.
How many hours you spend in gym?
Initially, I used to spend 3 hours.
Oh,
Now I spend like, it depends. I'm not that rigid anymore, but I do at least an hour.
Yeah.
But it's like it depends on what your workout regime is and what your diet should be complementing that. Like for example, if you are doing something like HIIT or cardio, then you need carbohydrates. If you're having carbohydrates, then do a little bit of cardio HIIT. On the
Tell us a little
contrary,
bit about it. Like, how does your fitness regime look like? Like the training regime, I'll say. Like you do high intensity training, cardio, everything
no.
combination, or how does it
I
look
do
like?
cardio once a week.
Once a week?
Yeah,
Okay.
but apart from that, I don't do much of HIIT or cardio. I do strength. And
Strength.
yeah, I don't focus on hypertrophy, which means muscle
Yeah.
volume building. I focus on the actual, every fiber in my muscle getting strong as hell. So even though I'm lean, that's why I'm able to lift quite a bit nonetheless, because I focus on lifting heavier with lesser reps
Yeah, makes
compared to hypertrophy where people
Failure.
lift lower. They go to failure, and I mean both aspects go to failure,
Yeah,
but
yes.
it's like in hypertrophy you lift a little lighter but more reps.
Yeah, that completely makes sense.
Yeah.
All right. And you do weightlifting, like you do weight training.
Yeah,
a
I do
lot.
everything. Everything and anything. Give me
If
fitness, I'll do
I
it.
ask you your favorites, three exercises or variations,
Oh.
when it comes to, of course, weight, like let's say you
When
would
it comes
have,
to weights,
yeah, like let's say you do shoulders, so lateral raises, or if you are doing back, lat pull down, or whatever, just give us, when you are doing, like let's say legs, you probably do overhead squats or some kind of lunges or squats. What are your three favorite exercises that you mostly do, okay, in gym?
does that include calisthenics or only weights? Weights.
I prefer more weights
Weights,
because
okay.
audience might be too young for calisthenics. They might not know about it.
Okay,
So
makes
weight, if we
sense.
keep it to weight, that will be helpful for the guys.
Okay, I think over here it's important to focus on compound exercises, which means like including
Yeah.
a huge group of muscles. So in, let's say, one would be walking lunges, because it helps.
Fantastic. Yeah.
Yeah, like it helps literally almost every part of your leg, from your glute to your hamstring to your
Hands down.
quadriceps.
I agree.
Yeah. The second would be, I think, definitely focus on shoulder press.
Okay.
Because your shoulders really give you a lot of stability when it comes to arm strength.
Yeah.
It's the root, right? And the back deadlift.
Deadlift.
Yes. You need a strong back.
Yeah, because a lot of people talk behind your back.
Yes.
You need a strong back.
I think it's basically that.
That's
yeah.
what I mean. You probably would not have seen it. There's a video I saw on Instagram only. You know Salman Khan.
Yeah. Well, who doesn't?
that 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 video, in gym, he was doing workout with his brother-in-law, probably, if I'm not wrong, and he said the same thing: back maro back, because people talk behind your back a lot, right? So I agree. Okay, we'll go back to diet. Two important questions. Okay, tell us about a sustainable diet. See, I mean, it's very difficult for, I'll talk about in our country, right?
Yeah.
To follow a strict diet. I mean, I try to follow it, like, but on one day or the other, something I will eat.
Yeah.
And I really feel guilty after that. Tell us about a sustainable diet that people can follow it and it should be affordable. Like, if you look at a lot of nutrition experts, they give diet plans which are really costly. A lot of people cannot. A mass population in our country cannot afford that.
Yeah.
So if you can enlighten us a little bit on a sustainable diet, an affordable diet, and how does it look like, the distribution of carbs and fibers and protein and fat. If you can just enlighten us in 5 minutes, that will be really helpful.
Absolutely. When it comes to plating per meal, your protein should be adequate first. Then you should focus on good fats, like I said, omega-3s and, like lighter fats, like extra virgin olive oils, things like that. Lesser saturated fat, which means lesser. Ghee is absolutely fine. Like things like saturated fats are okay when you're on something like my diet, like a keto diet, because you're burning that. But otherwise, it should be in lesser quantities.
So ghee is good?
Ghee is amazing.
Fantastic. Okay.
But of course, like everything needs to be portioned properly. So in a minimal amount.
All right.
Maybe around 1 tablespoon a day is more than enough, or even less. And Carbs are, like I said, it's an energy source. It's not your main meal. It shouldn't be the main part of your meal. It should be protein that's the main part of your meal. So you first focus on protein. It also helps with satiety, means it helps with making you feel full, and then the carbs come into play. Also, okay, let's cut this part. But you have to see how to pair. For example, if you're vegetarian and you can't eat chicken or eggs and all that, then of course you're going to rely on pulses a lot. So when it comes to pulses, then it doesn't have a full amino acid profile. It's a good source of protein, but it's not a full amino acid profile. You need to pair it with something like peanuts
Okay.
to get,
Makes sense.
yeah, all the 9 essential amino
That makes
acids.
sense.
And you need to have fiber in every meal if you're having carbs, so that you avoid a glucose spike in your blood. And yeah, even the most basic foods, eggs, dals, rice, however you eat it, pair it the right way. Have lesser rice, have more dal, have enough vegetables, have your paneer if you can, if you're vegetarian. Of course, if you're non-vegetarian, then eggs are always good if you want an affordable option.
Makes sense. That's helpful. My parents are diabetic, okay, and I know you do a lot of consulting, and you provide your services, like to your expertise to these people. I'll ask this personal question, and I know a lot of people who are watching, somebody in their family will be definitely diabetic. I mean, looking at the population,
Absolutely.
they all want to know about these two things, rice and wheat. If
Yeah.
if you eliminate rice or wheat from your diet, what should we take? Like, people say, okay, take ragi idli. Don't take idli also, which is fermented rice. They say, okay, take ragi idli. Take millets, or take quinoa, for example, which also has probably protein, if I'm not wrong. So, I mean, I don't know. Maybe, but you have to enlighten us. Tell us about these two things, rice and wheat.
Okay, firstly, like I said, it's about pairing your food. If you're having rice at all, have enough vegetables. Have lesser rice, have enough vegetables with it, so that you avoid a glucose spike. It's not like brown rice is better. It's really not as, like for example, brown rice's glycemic index is between 50 and 60, white rice is 60 and 70. How much of a difference is that?
Not a lot.
So when it comes to wheat, that's something that everyone should pick up and throw out of the window, because it has gluten. And gluten is harmful for everybody's gut. So you might as well switch to, I can't even say millets, but okay, that's a better option when it comes to gluten. So at least use a gluten-free option. Better than that is rice. Better than any of this stuff is rice paired with enough vegetables.
Okay.
But if you can, then at least temporarily choose to, like I said, go on a fat adaptation for a while, so that your cells can then reabsorb your glucose.
Okay.
Yeah, that's like the easiest way to help you step out of diabetes or pre-diabetes.
Oh, all right.
Yeah.
That's really helpful. And guys, anybody who is interested, I reach out to Dollars. He has really great expertise on reversing the diabetes, where people say, I mean, it's very difficult, as we all know.
It's not that difficult.
It's not that
No,
difficult?
it's not.
Okay, so if she is saying so, because she would have her own research and experiences and case studies to kind of go and refer. So please reach out to her. Of course, her entire handle and social media handles will be in the description of this video, so, or this podcast, wherever you are watching it. So have a look at that and reach out to her. She will be really helpful, because diabetes is like, it's going crazy.
That's because of insulin resistance.
It seems sad, looking at people have been affected by diabetes. Okay.
100%. If someone has type 1, that is, your insulin is not getting produced only, then you need to manage it. It's not reversible. But if you have it because you have insulin resistance, which majorly is type 2, and most people have type 2, then it's actually reversible, and you just need to know how to go about it.
All right. One question. What about chocolates? I mean, is it good? I mean, I know you don't take sugar. I mean, you always say not take sugar, but you are big on stevia, I believe.
Yes.
You say stevia, not
Stevia
also
and
sugar free.
non-fruit.
Can you a little bit quickly talk about sugar free versus stevia?
Oh, yeah. Okay, sugar-free in terms of like sugar alcohols like aspartame or erythritol or xylitol. in their own ways, like some of them are majorly harmful to the gut, some of them are a little less. But nonetheless, they're all harmful to the gut. They don't belong in your body. If you observe yourself, if you have a sugar-free dessert that doesn't have something like stevia or monk fruit, you'll feel very gassy the next day.
Okay.
Yeah. You'll see that, okay, I'm not feeling good, I'm feeling very bloated. But stevia doesn't harm your gut, and monk fruit is something that can even help your gut. These are very natural, sweeteners that where you can, which you can choose apart from sugar. And so yeah, like choose to help your gut or at least not harm it with stevia or monk fruit than choosing a sugar alcohol, because not going to serve any good purpose.
Okay, so I will stop, taking sugar-free now. Okay, I'll ask my parents to focus on stevia.
Yes, 100%.
They always take that yellow color sugar-free, that small.
Oh, that's bad.
Yeah, exactly. So keep that in guys' mind.
Liquid stevia is a good option. It's very easy to use also.
Okay. What about chocolate? You eat chocolate? Do you eat chocolate?
No, I don't. It's been a while.
Okay, I also want it, but a lot of people ask this question about chocolate. Okay, as you know that this is an AI channel. Okay, we focus on AI, and lately you also have been focusing on AI here and there, and you're also.
Thanks to you, yeah.
Thank you. You're also one of the speakers in AI Day, and there are some good events lined up also where we will again collaborate for sure. Tell us about your views on this AI. Like, do you use any AI tools recently, and how do you see this technology, helping probably this entire journey and what you do in fitness and nutrition?
Okay, so ChatGPT is something I'm sure that everybody uses, or at least some chatbot. I majorly use ChatGPT for to help me draft my captions, because it definitely gives good pointers, like because when you're competing with other people's social media, then you have to sort of like match that level. But of course, like I always prefer giving it my own touch, so that's also there, and then refine it through that. When it comes to the fitness world in specific, then I definitely believe that like these tracking devices are very, very helpful. It will give you a very good idea about how many calories you're burning when you feed in your weight. And of course, like even in my talk, I touched base with the idea that it doesn't give you an idea of your metabolic health. So how many calories your basal metabolic rate is burning is not something that a caloric tracker can do yet. But when it comes to exercising and in general burning calories through voluntary movement, then it gives you a good idea, and it gives you a good idea about sleep, which again I had touched base on how it's directly related to weight gain if you don't sleep well. So I think these two things are very, it's very helpful in that aspect. And I can't deny the fact that through AI, people get at least some idea about their body.
Yes.
You may not get a very in-depth idea, but you can still, like people have some basic understanding and awareness about different parts of your body, or like different like dopamine, serotonin. These are now words that are thrown around and that's all thanks to AI. So even sleep stages and all that. So, yeah.
I mean, you would have used a lot of these fitness tools, AI apps. Okay, you would have seen like there's a lot of apps, right? There's a company called Cal AI, and I think I talked about it earlier also in our previous meetings. Probably would have forget. This company called Cal AI. The company was built. I mean, it's of course built by a 17 years old Jack Yadagiri. I think his name, the founder's name. It became $1 million company. Okay, later on. It's very simple thing what it used to do, and now of course it has evolved a lot. The app, the app had a capability where you can just turn on your camera, or your smartphone camera, and you can take whatever food you are eating, whatever fruits or food, whatever it used to kind of generate insights on calories. Okay, like what is the
macros?
Yes. and it became a $1 million company. So I mean, they were using these new AI models. It's basically from a technical standpoint, it's called multimodal model, where the new models can also they can also look at vision. Okay, the vision part is there, and it can basically generate insights. So a lot of AI apps are there. You would have seen apps like Healthify Me
Yeah.
and a lot of other apps.
Yeah.
Okay, in your research, like you talked about these sleep trackers and the smartphones, the smartwatches. My bad. They have integrations and connectivity with their apps where you can look at the patterns.
Yeah.
And a lot of things. If I
Yes.
ask you if you could build your own AI assistant for fitness, what would it be? Like, what would you do?
Um,
Have you ever
I
thought
think
about it?
I haven't thought about it, but if I could build my own AI assistant, then I think it would sort of. I think it's important for people to understand their patterns of how they function. And if I had to build one, then it would help people understand, okay, you're like scrolling a little too much, you're on your phone a little too much. I mean, like, talk about using technology to beat another one. But even then, I think it's important for people to, get reminders again and again that no, get up, do something, walk around. Or it's been these many hours since you're sitting at your desk. Just do a little bit of stretching and all that for your mind to come back to focus, even if you just do it on your chair. So I think these things, and of course, like the tracking and all of calories and all is very impressive, even in our current AI apps. But this pattern recognition of every individual, I think that is something that people need to be aware of, even for their own mind, not only for the body.
Okay, that makes sense. Uh, one important question about this topic that we're discussing about AI. AI in all industries and domains, it's taking over people. It's taking over people. AI is taking the jobs. Of course, it's also creating new job roles, new opportunities for people, and that's always going to happen
With technology, yeah.
with technology, right? So there's a lot of discussions that's going on. AI coach versus human coach. Let's say you are a fitness coach or a human coach. What do you think about this discussion on AI coach versus human coach? What's your perspective on this or your views? How do you see this?
AI coach versus human coach. I think
Do you think AI is taking over on a lot of things in fitness industry about diet plans, supplements? People can go in chat GPT and say, okay, give me a diet plan. My weight is this, my BMR is this, my BCA is this. They will upload the report and it can generate their entire diet plans where they don't need a nutrition expert. I'm just talking about
Yeah.
how these things are penetrating this industry, the fitness industry, the nutrition industry.
I don't think so, not yet. Like
Not
I
yet?
said, that
Yeah.
people need to understand how certain pathways work with each other, which I don't think AI can do, in a very wholesome way yet. Even when it comes to metabolism and all, it's not. I don't know like the future, and I don't know if it can ever reach that stage. Maybe it can, but currently I think that just to be like, okay, like these many calories, how do you know if the person is insulin resistant or not? How do you know these things? These things only somebody who is an expert in this day and age can tell you.
Okay.
AI cannot.
Okay.
Not yet.
We'll see how far we go with this.
We'll see.
Okay. I'm an AI guy.
I know.
I'm an advocate. I'm an AI
I'm
advocate.
sure. Yeah.
I can debate on this for the whole day, but we don't have the whole day.
We don't have the whole day. Spare me
that
some
three idiot
peace.
dialogue. We don't have the whole day. उसको words का मतलब बताओ बस. You would have seen that movie Three Idiots.
Yeah.
There's a dialogue in that where somebody writes on board. Amir Khan writes on that board. He writes a couple of words about his friends. So everybody in the classroom, they go and start reading the books, whatever they had handy that time, and nobody could find the answer. So that guy, what's the actor name? I forgot. Boman Irani. Boman Irani says, "We don't have the whole day. उन words का मतलब बताओ बस." It's about his friend's name. He just manipulated a couple of more letters into it.
Yeah, so we don't have the whole day.
We don't have the whole day, guys. Okay, couple of more questions before we go into the rapid fire, and then we wrap up this. what happens inside your one-on-one coaching? I know that you also provide one-on-one coaching.
Yes.
And if you can enlighten us a little bit more, like how does it look like?
It depends on what my client wants or needs, but I always push the idea of a wholesome fitness approach and also the idea of, like I said, diet. That depending on what your fitness regime is, you have to complement your diet, even if you complement it through your diet. Even if you find a sustainable approach, that's not, I mean, I can't expect everyone to do something as strict as I do, but like how to balance out your calories, and if you're having lots of food today, then tomorrow have a little bit less of, like, for example, your carbs and fats, and keep your protein intact. Protein is very important. So yeah, also usually when it comes to the fitness part of it, it's more about movement and strength.
Okay.
So yeah.
Two more questions. What a 90 days realistic transformation looks like in your eyes?
Really strict. Oh, it can do wonders. If you're really strict with your fitness and your diet, you can.
90 days enough?
Oh, 100%.
Okay.
100%. You'll see a major change in, if you're strict about it, in not even 90 days, in 30 days, you'll start seeing that, okay, I look a little different. 90 days is like more than enough. But you need to be dedicated and strict.
100%. I mean, there has to be a purpose and clarity on why someone is going into a gym or whatever they do. If they are not clear in their mind, it's a waste of time, I suppose.
Absolutely. And people need to stop thinking that it's that tough. It's not. It's
so
not
one
even.
related question to it, because this question has come from audience, how people should be motivated. Like, what happens most of the time, they enter into the gym, they go for first few days, they don't see any changes when they look into the mirror, and they just give up. Okay, mostly on a fat loss journey, because this stubborn fats, they take time to show their real face. Let's say fat burn and all. How should be they motivated? Like, what are the things that they can do to be motivated, and they can keep on going to gym, and not only going into the gym, but of course following the diet and everything they do the right way.
See, the first thing that I've noticed is that, what people do? They'll be like, okay, I went to the gym. Yay, I hit the gym, I burned so many calories. And then after they treat themselves to golgappa, like gulab jamun.
That's me.
And that is then, I don't see the point of that. Because then how you're going to see results? But it still doesn't mean that you won't see results in strength if you're lifting. You'll still gain strength. If you're lifting, you will gain strength. But for example, you're doing cardio and then you're burning calories and then eating the same amount or more, then you're not going to see any change. But when it comes to, I understand that, for example, if someone is on a major fat loss journey, then when it comes to the aesthetics part of it, it takes time. But then look at the scale. If you're doing it right, you will see a difference on the scale.
Yeah.
So just keep yourself motivated that way and be a little patient with yourself. Like if it took, it would have taken a lot of years for you to gain a lot of weight, so it'll take some time to lose that same weight. And it's okay, be consistent. Fitness should be part of your life either way.
It's a patience game.
Yeah,
right?
It's not only about losing weight, it's about your health in general, it's about your movement in general.
The same I always, same thing I always say to people who is looking to do YouTube, or I think it's a patience game. You cannot get a lot of subscribers in just your first month.
Exactly.
But yeah, it's a patience game.
It's a patience.
Okay, we are now heading into the last segment of our podcast, which is rapid fire. Okay, which I really like. We really like rapid fire. You cannot take a lot of time answering this. You have to be quick.
Okay.
I mean, you are mostly quick. But the question is, one food you will never give up.
Eggs.
Eggs? Okay, that's me too. One supplement you really like you can recommend to people.
Cod liver oil.
What is that?
Cod liver oil for omega-3s and a little bit of vitamin
Cod
D.
liver oil.
Cod liver oil.
Oh, okay, nice. One fitness myth you want to kill today. Don't take creatine. Me, I told you this.
Thanks.
But I'm big on creatine. I take creatine every day. Okay. But
you don't necessarily need supplements if you're sourcing it through food.
But the fitness myth, that's the fitness myth you want to kill.
Yes.
Okay. What was that? You don't have to take supplements if you can meet it through fruit.
Yeah, if ideally like
Makes
source
sense.
it.
One AI tool you use daily.
You answer it.
I mean, I use a lot of AI tools, but of course, I will say Chat GPT. Without Chat GPT, it's very difficult to survive. Okay.
Today, yeah.
One life lesson fitness taught you that nothing else could.
Consistency and discipline.
Yes, I agree 100%. One fruit that you recommend to people,
Blueberries, lots of antioxidants and a wide
and to
variety.
people who cannot buy blueberries, like the.
Watermelons and papaya, great.
What's your views on guava?
Guava is also good.
Also
yeah.
good?
It's also like very fibrous, so it doesn't even shoot up your.
One person who inspired you or who inspires you still today.
When I look into the mirror.
Oh wow, that's a good question. That's a great way to end this. Uh, I mean, that's a great podcast. I believe people had a lot of questions, and I hope they would have got a bit of clarity. And if they have anything, of course, they can reach out to you or me or anybody. Thank you so much
Thank you.
for coming over here for this podcast.
Thank you for having me. It was fun.